Sydney Sweeney's episode of Saturday Night Live. It was definitely something, and we're going to talk about that in today's video. Hello, I am Annoying Black Boy, and welcome to my channel where I literally just talk about anything I want to talk about, anything that I find of interest. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the episode that Sydney Sweeney hosted for Saturday Night Live and why it flopped. And but on a very serious note, this is in no way a hate video towards Sydney. I thought she did the best that she could, and I think she's an incredible, amazing actress. And yeah, but we're gonna get into why I feel like this episode was a major downfall, even though SNL has been on the downfall for years. But before we get into that, here's a little bit of background on Sydney Sweeney and Saturday Night Live. Sydney Bernice Sweeney is an American actress. She was born on September 12, 1997, and she is from Spokane, Washington, and she is most known for her roles as Cassie Howard on the hit show Euphoria. It's on HBO. And also she is known for her role as Olivia on season 1 of The White Lotus. And her role on The White Lotus even led her to have 2 nominations for the Emmys, which is I find really cool. So now some background for Saturday Night Live. I feel like everyone knows what Saturday Night Live is because it's been around for so many years, but in case you've been living under a rock, Saturday Night Live, or SNL for short, is a sketch comedy variety show late night. And it debuted on October 11th, 1975 for so literally almost 49 years. And literally in modern days, how they produce the show is each episode they would have a celebrity guest host, and that guest host would appear in sketches and basically star in some of the sketches. And also they would have a musical guest to perform 2 performances throughout the show. So on March 2nd of this year, Sydney Sweeney, she hosted Saturday Night Live with musical guest Casey Musgraves. And the reason why she hosted was she was a part of so many projects this year. She was in Madam Web earlier, she was in Anything But You that premiered last year. Even Glenn Powell, her co-star in Anything But You, made it a special cameo appearance in the episode, in her monologue and in one of the sketches. And she came on Saturday Night Live to promote her new movie, Immaculate, where she plays, it's a horror film where she plays a nun. So that's why she was basically there to promote her new upcoming horror movie. And I did actually watch this episode when it was live because I was just really excited to see Sydney on that episode because I really do like her as an actress. And I have to say, I really did enjoy the monologue, even though it wasn't the funniest thing. You can tell she was very nervous, but I think she did a great job. She wasn't messing up or anything, but it was pretty decent. So now I want to get into the reasons to why I believe this episode was a major flop and a disappointment. Well, there are 2 reasons. So number 1, the writing was very lazy. It was just not very good writing in the episode. And I'll touch on more of that in later. But number 2, Sydney Sweeney, although she's a very talented actress, she is just not a comedic actress. I feel sometimes people just don't give actors enough credit because acting is an extremely difficult thing to do, and there's so many genres within the craft, and there's so many different types of emotions you have to pull off. But so I feel with Sydney Sweeney, most of her background when it comes to acting and TV shows and films, it had to do with something with very dramatic, Euphoria, for example. And I feel her comedy works best when it's in a dramatic setting. For example, in The White Lotus, she played this rich teenager because her mom was the CEO of some company, and Olivia, her character, was just kind of this fake woke kind of person. And I feel her comedy worked really well in that because number 1, the writing was really great in that show, but number 2, she for the most part talked in this monotone voice, and I feel with the comedic timing and the beats like Sydney performed in that show. It made it very realistic. It was just very funny. Like there was like a few moments where she was just very funny in that show because it's like the comedy drama aspect of it just worked really well. And I don't want to spoil season 2 of Euphoria for you guys if like any of you guys are watching, but there are some moments when Cassie was really going through some stuff, and even though it was very dramatic and stuff, there was very like funny moments where Cassie was just going off the rails, and she did a great job with that. And probably like one of my favorite Cassie scenes from Euphoria, I won't spoil it, but it was the Oklahoma dress bathroom scene. Like if you know, like I thought that scene was phenomenal. And Sydney, she did a really phenomenal job with that scene. And just because she's not a comedic actress, that's not her fault. It's just she wasn't trained to like, be that. She was trained for more serious, dramatic roles, and those kinds of roles like suit her better. So even though most of the, if not all of the sketches that were in her episode, like the writing was already lackluster, but I don't think Sydney was able to give the performance of like a funny character, because that's not what she does best within her acting craft. I do have to say, one of my favorite sketches of that episode was actually one of the pre-recorded sketches where she literally has a secret relationship with Boeing, because he is like pretending to be gay, but he actually has like a straight relationship. I actually thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I think that was the only sketch that I like really actually liked. So now I want to go into number 2 of the reason why I feel like this episode was just a major flop and a disappointment. So like I said earlier, the writing was very, very, very lazy. And Sydney Sweeney, she's known for her beauty. Like she's a very beautiful girl, and she's literally the American beauty standard, but the writers literally depended on her looks to try to get a cheap laugh. And I want to talk about this this one particular scene, the sketch, and it was just a very hard watch. So there was this sketch where Sydney, she plays this Hooters waitress. Like, you already see where I'm going with this, right? And the running gag was like she was a horrible waitress. She kept like knocking over drinks. She just wasn't a great waitress. But the guys, they kept like giving her like amazing tips because of how beautiful she was. And not surprising at all, that sketch was literally the most watched sketch from her episode. As of recording this video, it has like what, 4.8 million views. And if I'm being completely honest, I kind of hate that they wrote the sketch, because this girl has been through this before with like the over sexualization of like her character from Euphoria when she played Cassie. Like a lot of people had problems with how they treated Sydney Sweeney because of like how much she was, undressed, or basically just wearing like more revealing clothing, and like just like everyone like was just already upset about that. So having her play this Hooters waitress and having men like literally drool over her because of her body, like literally objectifying her, it was just it was just tiring. It was exhausting. It was like, how, like, and like, yes, we get it, she's very attractive, she's very beautiful, but like come up with original ideas. Like, don't just, and the thing is, SNL, they've done this before, because like literally basically and it's weird because like Jacob Elordi, his like episode was even like worse when it came to like literally only giving him sketches that made him like the attractive white man that everyone wants. It was like there was just no like original idea with his episode either. And if you want me to make a video on that, like I could, because I love Jacob Elordi, like as you can tell. But like if they have this thing where when they get pretty people to host, like there has to be at least one sketch that like is dedicated to their beauty. It's just, in my opinion, it's lazy writing. And like they did the same thing with Ana de Armas, where one of the sketches, it was like a dating show, and the joke was, I think couples are on this dating show, and Ana de Armas was dating this like loser, and like the whole running gag was like, you're such a loser, like how did you get this beautiful girl? Like it's like, come up with like I think I did somewhat enjoy that sketch because at least it was like there was more to it, but come up with more original ideas. Just don't depend on an actor's beauty to be like, you know, the a part of the running joke. So, in conclusion, two things. I hope Sydney is able to take roles in the future where it just isn't just dependent on her beauty and her body, because she's so much more than that. She's an incredible actress. She's very fucking smart. The girl knows how to fix cars. Like she could literally be a mechanic. She's very smart. And also, in conclusion, like SNL do better. Like, don't have like, you know, the beautiful people on your show and then just write sketches where it literally just appeals to their beauty. Like come up with original ideas, actually be funny, because like it's like these episodes of Saturday Night Live, these just have not been hitting. Like, yeah, the show, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that the show is still going on. Because, I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's literally not going away anytime soon, because it's been a part of people's lives for like forever. Like the show is literally going to be like 50 within like 2 years or a year. Like it's insane how long that show has been running. But like I said, like I guess get new writers. I don't know, like something has to be done, because that writing room is not, they're not writing. But yeah, that was my little video essay on the Saturday Night Live Sydney Sweeney episode. If you like this video, please, you know, comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Should I shut the fuck up? Like, oh, what are your opinions? And please, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, like I literally just said. And hopefully I see you in the next video. Like, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. This has been annoying black boy. Yeah, cool, yeah. Sydney Sweeney's episode of Saturday Night.